Welcome back to another video, guys. Changing the spark plugs on my girlfriend's Chevy Silverado. I had checked them a while back and they looked like they were pretty worn out, like if they haven't been replaced, and the truck has kind of high, not really high mileage, but I believe it's time to replace them. So here's the spark plugs we're going to put in. 41192, which is what the OEM ones, or which is what was in there now when I pulled one out, so I just got the same ones just to make sure we get the same stuff in there. I also got a cheap one from Amazon so I can record and show you guys how to gap them, because these are already pre-gapped. You really don't want to touch the gap on these, but I'm going to show you guys how to pre-gap them, just in case if you guys get some that need to be gapped. That way you guys know how to do them. The tools you'll be needing is a ratchet, 3/8, some pliers because the spark plug wires on these are kind of hard to take out sometimes, a swivel for the back 2 spark plugs, some extensions. I got 2 short ones, and then I also got a long one, and then I also got some different type of pliers just in case if I have a hard time. And then I also use this for the back ones. I loosen them up with the ratchet, and then this just kind of helps a little bit instead of having a long ass extension on there. And then there's a gapping tool for if you need to gap your spark plugs. And I'm gonna show you guys how to use this real quick, just so you guys know how to do them. Like I said, just in case if you guys have to do them at some point and then you need to gap them. The ones that don't come pre-gapped are usually cheaper, a little bit cheaper than the ones that are already gapped. And the ones that are pre-gapped are usually iridium based, like the tip. And these can be either copper, double platinum, or platinum. So let me get into it and I'll show you guys how to gap them. So this is a tool here. You'll get based off those numbers there. This is an old gapper, so you can't really see the numbers, but it's 0.20, 0.30. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. So there's the spark plug here, and basically what you do, if you need to open it a lot more, you can stick it in this hole here and just pry up. But what I like to do is I like to start off where it's at. Like this one right now is gapped to about 35. The spark plugs on my truck, from what I read, it says 40. So all you do is you pry up a little bit and you just keep on turning. And then you pry up a little bit more, pry up a little bit more, and that's like at 40 right there. If you guys go too far and need to close them, you could push them down like on a piece of metal on this tip here, or just push them down a little bit, on something and get it back down, and then just start over. But like I said, if it's too little, like let's say we got this when it was at 20, right? And that's a far way to like open up a little by little. You can actually use here and pull up, and that'll open it a lot more. Like right now it's probably gonna be like at 50 or 60, pretty close to 60. So that opens it up pretty quick. But I would highly recommend you guys just kind of go down the row here instead of doing it too fast and then getting them open too far, because you could possibly break this tip here as well. Then you're gonna have to be stuck with getting a new spark plug. But yeah, that's what that looks like. And I believe this was like off of a lawnmower or something, because I don't think any spark plugs have that here. And then there's what the iridium spark plug looks like. There, it has that little tip, and you really don't want to mess with these, because if you break that tip, you're gonna be stuck. And by the tip, I mean like that little tip right there, because you're gonna be stuck buying a new spark plug. But yeah, that's what those look like. So let's get into it, and I'll show you guys how to replace them on the truck. Alrighty, so here we're at the truck. I set my tools here. And the spark plugs there's 4 here. You kind of follow those red wires. Now on some trucks they'll be black, the original ones. And then 4 on this side as well. These are going to be more of a pain. So cool. So I kind of got in the engine bay a little bit. Got my Crocs on. First things first, you got to be comfortable. So what you do is you'll grab this and you kind of twist it and pull down like so. And then same thing for the bottom ones. You kind of want to twist them a little bit, break them loose, and then let's see. This is where the pliers come in handy. You'll grab it, just pull outwards. Cool. So for this back one, it doesn't really take too much. It's the same thing as if you were doing the front one. You just don't have too much more room. So you just put like a 2-inch extension, like this one, and then you'll put your socket here for your spark plug, and then you just put your ratchet on there, and then just break it loose, and then just keep on going until it's all the way out. So this side here is the easier side. That side on the other side is going to be a little bit different, but these all here will do the same thing. The hardest one here will probably be this one here, just because of the bar here. But that's where you would use the swivel socket. Let me get that back one taken out, and then I'll do that next one. Cool, so I got one out just so I can show you guys where to pull from. That way you guys don't rip them out. So this is what the bottom end looks like. This is where the spark plug connects to. So what you want to do is you want to grab from this rubber and kind of like wiggle side to side while you're pulling outwards as well. That way you don't break this plastic piece, and then you're gonna have to end up buying new spark plug wires. But I'm gonna try doing it on this one here. There's really not too much space, but yeah, all you want to do is just wiggle and pull, and it'll come right up. Cool. And I didn't show what size this is, but on these it needs a 5/8 spark plug socket, and it comes with like a little rubber piece, and it'll help you when you take them out so they don't fall out on you, like so. And then you'll just put it in where the spark plug goes, and put your ratchet on. You really don't need a swivel for this one, so I'm gonna take the swivel off real quick. You need this for like probably the 2 back ones, one on each side. I'll just put a little extension on there, get a little bit more room. Put it on there. Make sure your ratchet's on off. Get this put on there. I got an extended one, so it makes it a little bit easier. And then just break it loose. Like so. And these spark plugs do have a lot of threads, so don't think that your things got cross-threaded. What I like to do is I like to take it off the ratchet and just leave it like this. Put it back on there, and then just unscrew it by hand instead of having a long ass ratchet on there. There's the old one. It looks pretty bad. It looks like they haven't been replaced. There's the old one. The truck was wasting a lot of gas. I mean, these engines do waste a lot of gas, but I thought, because my other truck has a 4.8 and it's cammed, but this one wastes way more gas. So we're gonna give this a shot and see how that works. I'll put this new spark plug on here. It'll make it a little bit easier. Find the hole, screw it in by hand. That way you can actually feel that it's going in straight and not going in cross-threaded or anything. Like so. These don't need to be that tight, so I use this little gadget here just to get them in there hand tight. And you can find this little tool like a Harbor Freight, just hand tight. So, or if you wanted to, you can also put it on the ratchet here. And then, like I said, just don't do it too tight. You really don't want to cross thread these. That's more than enough there. Cool. And then once that one's off, you just go to the next one. I'm gonna do the one in the back there so I can show you guys how to do it the easiest way. So here's this cylinder spark plug. I set it up the same exact way. You can either do it this way if your ratchet would fit through there, or if you have a longer extension and don't have shorter ones, you can use this little swivel and kind of just put it here where the extension would go, and it would act like an extension basically. And then just break it loose, and same thing, just keep on going till it feels like you might be able to do it with your hand. Take off the ratchet, and then just twist it by hand. The other plug. Get the new plug. Put it on the socket here. And then do the same thing. Find the hole and twist it. Like I said, I like to use this little thing, and I'll put this thing in the description if you guys want to get these, but these make it so much easier to get the spark plugs in, and this will literally prevent you from over tightening spark plugs. Cool. Just keep on twisting so you can't go nowhere. Pop it out, and then just grab the spark plug and make sure it doesn't wiggle. You guys can kind of hear that one wiggle. So put this back on here, back on the spark plug. Grab this ratchet and just tighten it a little bit more so you can no longer feel it, feel the spark plug itself wiggle. Grab it again, just shake it a little bit. If it doesn't wiggle, you're good. And we got one more for the side. Socket on. Put your ratchet on off. Put it on here. And break it loose. Again, make sure, so you can feel like you might be able to take it off the hand. Take it off your ratchet. Put it back in here. And turn. And there's a fourth one on this side. They'll look about the same. Just kind of stacking them on top of here. So far we haven't had to use those pliers quite yet, so that's good. Cool. So this is what I was talking about, that back one's a pain. Your oil dipsticks here, your ignition coil connectors are there, one of the ground wire to your batteries there, then your dipstick for your transmission is there as well. So even trying to get like the wire itself is a pain. You can even try reaching down under here and just wiggling it. Don't pull from the actual wire itself. Try pulling from the connection here, because if you pull from the wire, you're getting disconnected. You're gonna need new spark plug wires. And the same thing for the bottom part. Just kind of twist it. Once it feels loose, you just pull from the rubber piece, which is this piece here. So kind of turn it. Once you feel it break loose, then grab it from like right here and just wiggle while you're turning outwards. And one thing I didn't state before starting this video, whenever you do your spark plugs, do it while your engine is cold. Don't do it when it's hot, because you can pull the threads on your heads. But yeah, let's get to it on this side. It's a little bit more work on this side, but we will get it done. A whole lot more stuff you need to work around. Alrighty, I was talking without noticing that my phone had shut off. But like I was saying, these first 3 spark plugs on this side, you can get away by using this 2-inch extension to your swivel or to your spark plug socket. The back one you will need a swivel for sure. There's not much room, so I'll show you guys how to get to that one. But first, I'll take care of these first 3. Same exact thing as that side. You won't need nothing extra. So I'm gonna cut here, get these 3 done, or let me Try setting myself up somewhere up here to make it a little bit easier to record, because right now I'm on top of a chair. So let me see, give me 1 second. Cool, so I did end up adding another extension, just because there wasn't much room because it was sitting on these 2 hoses here. So I added another extension, which made it a little bit easier. I had already broken it loose, but with another extension on there, it makes it way easier. Because I kept on hitting my knuckles on there, or this kept on hitting here. And then, like I said, once it feels like it's loose, take the ratchet off. Take the ratchet off. Put this back in here, the spark plug itself, and just turn it. Just turn it. It's definitely a lot harder than when you're recording, but there you go. Just twisting. There's the old one on this side. Put the new one in. And just turn it. And these actually, the spark plugs on this side are actually pointing outwards that way. And then the other ones are pointing the opposite direction. So it is a little different, but it's the same exact thing. Just keep on doing it with your hand. So I'm gonna get these first 3 done real quick, and then once I get to the back one, I'll cut back into the video. All right, so I'm on that last spark plug now. These other ones were kind of a pain too. One was over tight, so I couldn't really get it off that easy. So for that last one, is basically what I'm going to use. So you can either use this, or if you have like your spark plug socket and like maybe 1/2 inch or 1 inch extension, you can definitely get it with that as well. There is some room back there, it's just kind of an awkward position that you have to be in to get to it, just because it's such a tight squeeze through all those there. So what I did is I put this in first, like inside the spark plug, then I put this on there. Then I put these ratchet on top and just broke it loose. So now I'm gonna put that on there and see if it's still working, and then just kind of get it out by hand, and then we'll go from there. So it's kind of set up like this. Put it back in there. And obviously, if you guys don't have this tool, you guys could also put the socket on there with the extension and then just turn it like that. So basically the same way that I was doing it on the other side, just with the spark plug socket and the extension. I definitely like to get it out all the way by hand because I don't want to drop it and lose it in the exhaust or anything. This one is definitely the problem child of all the spark plugs on these trucks. There's really not much room to get back there. So what I did is I put the socket back on. Now I'm just twisting the socket by hand. There it is. So I just put the socket on there like this. Just grabbed it from the back and just twisted it, and I got it out. Literally, this spark plug probably took me as long as it took me to do all the other 7. So it really isn't a hard job. It's just that last one that's a pain to get out. It is where hand skills come into play. You know how your girlfriend asks you where'd you get them skills from? Yeah, from taking out that freaking last spark plug back there on all these freaking LS engines. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the old one or the new one back in. New one back in, get it tightened down, put those back on there. At least it'll be a little bit easier to go back in since those are already kind of, they were broken loose, so there won't be no dust in there or anything. I'm gonna get that put back on there, tighten it down, and then I'll put those wires back on. And then once I get done with that, I'm gonna start it up and then kind of listen out and make sure that everything sounds good, sounds like it used to. No misfires or anything. Cool. So I got all those spark plug wires put back in. Like I said, just make sure when you click it into the spark plug itself, you hear it click, and it should be clicking at the top too. So right where it connects here, you should be hearing like a, let me show you guys real quick. So it's out there. You can actually see like where the line meets from where it's connected last. But you'll hear it click like that. And make sure all 8 of them do that. And just double check all these spark plug wires. Make sure you don't get no misfires. Down. Make sure everything's out of the way. When you start it up, nothing will fall. We haven't had time to lower the truck yet. I want to do it on a weekend when I have like a couple days off. But it's been raining these past 2 weekends that I've had off, so. So you can hear so it sounds like it used to. So everything looks good. There's no ticking or anything. Yeah. And the easiest way is to check if there's any check engine lights. It won't come on now probably, but it'll come on when you start driving it. But everything looks good. Alrighty, so that's gonna be the end of this video here. If you guys have any more questions or you want me to go more into depth into replacing some of those spark plugs, if I didn't give enough information, just let me know down in the comments below. Like always, thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're about halfway through there to get the free epicenter that I'm going to be giving away once we hit 100 subscribers. So like I said, let everybody know. If you guys have any other questions about anything about the truck, or if you guys want to see me do something to the truck that you guys want to do to yours and you don't know how, I can definitely try and help out with that as well. Like I said, I haven't been able to drop the truck. The days haven't been really too good. Like today, it looks like it's going to rain later, or it might rain tomorrow, but it hasn't really been too good. I need help to drop the back as well, so I'm kind of waiting for a free day that my dad has so he can kind of help me do the back. The front end is the easy part. I've never done the rear end, so like the flip kit and stuff, I've never done that. So I'm kind of waiting to get some help so I can do it properly. I don't want nothing breaking on it while my lady's driving it down the road or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Let everybody know about me. The channels are gonna, or the videos are gonna get better and better as the time goes. My lady helps me edit them, which is something that she's never done before. So she's kind of doing that and kind of getting the hang of it. They're still looking pretty damn well for it being the first time she's edited a video. And this is my first time me recording videos. So if there's angles that you think I can change or do anything to change the video to make it look better, please let me know as well. Bad critiques are good critiques sometimes, you know, that way you can get to learn a lot better. That way my quality gets better on the videos as well. But yeah, like I said, if you guys need anything, if you guys want to learn how to do anything, just let me know. Put it down in the comments below and I can get it done for you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for keeping up and really watching my videos throughout the whole way and whatnot. But yeah, bigger things coming for this truck and my truck as well. Yeah, stay tuned and thank you guys again. Peace.